on NBC Sports World. We're back at Madison Square Garden for the Runner's World Masters Mile for athletes over 40 years of age. The Masters' only world record is 4:18.25. The Melrose Games record is 4:20. 2.5 laps to go. It is Mike Boyd leading Ron Bell and Byron Dice, and Boyd is really running well, Frank.
From the half to three-quarter mile mark, 62 seconds for that quarter. Mike Boyd has broken the race open. Now it's a question of can he hold it. Ron Bell is the outdoor world record holder for Masters-only races. He's in second place, but there's a 20-yard gap, and Mike Boyd was a front runner in his prime when he won the bronze medal in the 800 meters in 1972, trying to hang on. He's starting to slow down. His tempo's beginning to lag. You can see he's beginning to labor, his head going back and forth. Ron Bell starting to come back on him a little bit. Byron Dice in third place is out of it, but here comes Ron Bell.
And this is the last lap of the Masters Mile. Mike Boyd being chased by Ron Bell, and Bell closes down as he comes down to the final turn. Here's 42 years of age, Ron Bell of Great Britain, edging out Mike Boyd in a great finish. And the smile of the face of Ron Bell tells the whole story. And he does it. A new world record, 4:17.88. Ron Bell of Great Britain. Frank, you've run in the Masters Mile. What's it like?
For Ron Bell, it's got to be a second chance at an athletic life, because when he was younger, he was never that successful, but now he can be in a race with Olympic champions, Olympic medalists, and he's the best.
Run 3:55 to the distance, John Dixon. Wearing number 4, he won the Melrose Games Masters Mile and the Legends Mile last summer at Eugene, Oregon. He has run 4:20 for the mile from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Webb Ludat. Wearing number 3 this evening from Walcott, Connecticut. He was the runner-up to Ludat at both Eugene last summer and Melrose Games this past winter in New York, Al Swenson. Wearing number 2 this evening, he has run 3:52 for 1,500 meters as a Masters runner. He's a former member of the Jamaican Olympian team. He has also run for New York University, one of the outstanding 800-meter runners and milers of all time, Byron Dice. And wearing number 1 this evening, just a week ago he ran 1:57 for 800 meters. He holds the world record in the Masters Mile, hailing from England at 4:16.7. Number 1 this evening, the defending world record holder, Ron Bell. At this time, I'd like to turn the microphone back over to Al Sheehan of National Masters News and wish all the runners a good luck. And let's get into this, because we'd like to see a new world record this evening.
Thank you, Dean. It's going to be quite a race. And once again, a reminder that anybody who breaks the mile record of 4:16.7 gets $1,000. We got the world record holder in this one, and also the American record holder, Webb Laudat, with a 4:20.89. So that record might go by the boards too.
Webb Laudat and Steve Perez, newcomers to Central Florida, both participating in the Red Lobster 10-kilometer road race held last February. Could we ask the spectators to please stay back from the track? Please, all competitors and spectators, stay well clear of the track. Give the athletes a full shot at this, and please give the spectators a full shot at the athletes.
There it is. It's a fair start. One of the great Masters races of all time. On the inside, that's Ron Bell, the world record holder in the solid white. In the middle of the track, it's John Dixon. On the outside, that's Phil Barker of England. Now they're going to break for the pole on the far side. And it looks like Barker's going to take the lead. Ron Bell right behind him.
At the 220, they'll be at 27, 29, 30, 31, 32 seconds to 220. We'll give you this pitch as they pass the mile as well. There's
Ron
a clock up
Barker of
there.
England out in front. John Dixon in running second right alongside Ron Bell. Harry Nolan in third. Byron Dice is fourth. Ken Sparks running fifth. And it's Al Swenson and Webb Ludat.
61.8 for the first quarter.
If they do 64 times 4, that's a 4:16. That would be the world record. So they're under world record pace right now. A very fast first quarter by Phil Barker. It's Barker, Bell, John Dixon, Harry Nolan, Byron Dice, Ken Sparks, Steve Perez.
Let's get them going as soon as they hit that goalpost up there, folks. As soon as they hit that goalpost.
Ron Jensen, Webb Laudat, and Al Swenson at the end.
137 at the 220 point. Let's keep them going.
This is a big race. They could just break your... We may even have a shot at a 4-minute mile, but probably we just want to break that 4:16. And Ron Barker setting the pace. Ron Bell from England in white, the world record holder.
Phil Barker still pulling through the half mile.
John Dixon is third, Harry Nolan fourth, Byron Dice, Ken Sparks, Webb Laudat starting to move up a little bit.
207.8.
207.8. They're on world record pace for Fairley. It was 61.8, and the next lap was 66, so they slowed up just a little bit. All right, now John Dixon's taking over the lead. Ron Bell is second. Phil Barker has dropped out. It's John Dixon, Ron Bell, Harry Nolan, Byron Dice, Ken Sparks, Webb Laudat, and Albie Swenson starting to move up. Ron Jensen and Steve Perez. With 600 meters to go. It's still John Dixon, the World Veterans 1,500-meter champion. He beat Ron Bell in that race in Melbourne, and Bell is trying to get even. Even though Bell has the world record, Dixon is the world champion.
Keep it up the whole last lap, folks. They need all the encouragement they can get.
Dixon, Bell, Nolan, Byron Dice is moving up. Sparks, Laudat, Swenson. .311 for the third lap. They're right on, but they've got to move it. Here comes Bell. Bell is moving up on Dixon's shoulder. Ron Bell now taking the lead. Bell, here comes Byron Dice and Harry Nolan hanging on.
Byron Dyson, Ron Bell, Byron
Here
Dyson,
comes Byron Dice. Byron Dyson. Ron Bell hanging on, but Dice is trying to go past him. Byron Dice, Ron Bell. Ron Bell, Byron Dice. John Dixon, Harry Nolan. It's Ron Bell from England. And it's a new world record, and Byron Dice breaks the American record.
Slowest time in the field, 4:20. Approximately a 60-second last lap there, folks. We'll give you the official times very quickly here. Ron Bell, Byron Dice, John Dixon. Ken Sparks, number 9. Harry Nolan. Number 3 there, that's Al Swenson. Ron Jensen from California. Steve Perez and Webb Lardak.
Canada. Will Morgan has been considering tomorrow's event.
Tomorrow's International will be the first to be staged in North Wales for 25 years, and Wrexham Mela Borough Council hope that this will be the first of many at this superb new sports complex.
Well, the chance for the North Wales people to come out and see some of the top young athletes from Wales, Ireland and Canada in action. We don't get many competitions like that up here, so it's a tremendous opportunity for them.
The Canadians, of course, are regarded in very high esteem throughout the world. How did you manage to get the Canadians to come here?
The Canadians are touring Europe at the moment. The Welsh have made an invitation to the Canadian team and they've accepted. So they're here in Britain at the moment.
Well, it is a bit of a challenge to the Welsh team, though, isn't it?
It's a tremendous challenge to the Welsh team. Everybody thinks the Canadians have just got to turn up and win the match. But I think they could well be a 3 to 12 on the stars on the day.
What are the main strengths of the Welsh team?
The Welsh team, in my opinion, the men in particular, is middle distance. People like Neil Horsfield are one of the finest outstanding winners of his age group in Great Britain. And he's a very competent young athlete. Paul Williams in the 800 metres, Paul Robertson in the 400 metres, can all win valuable points.
Now, this isn't a full international as such, is it?
No, it's an under-23, but to be fair to the Welsh and the Canadian and the Irish teams, to be running for your country under-23 means you're on the fringe of the full senior squad. And with Canada being one of the best teams in the world, there's going to be some damn good athletes down the team with it.
What are the Canadians' main attributes, then?
Good all-round team without any shadow of a doubt. You look at the PBs of the different people, and they've all got excellent times, excellent performances. They're a very strong all-round country team.
I'm Bruce Perney, and I have the pleasure of being the head coach of the Canadian team here for our tri-match versus Ireland and Wales. This is our 23 and under team, and this is a new program for us, and we're very excited to be here. We've brought a number of our athletes, our younger athletes that were on the Commonwealth Games team, and a number of our national senior champions as well as junior champions are here, and we certainly look forward to an excellent competition, and we're hoping that several of these athletes will go on and use this international experience for the Olympic Games. We have several outstanding athletes here. Rob Venier is our national champion in the shot put, and he'll be competing along with 2 very fine javelin throwers, and Peter Maskoller and Faye Roblin. Those are our 2 team captains, both of whom are on the Commonwealth team. On the track, we're looking for strong performances from Anthony Small in the 100, Laverne Hippolyte in the hurdles, and our distance crew are very strong. But of course, we're competing in the British Isles, and there's a lot of good competition here.
The Queensway has got a full international track, 8-lane synthetic track. It's got new changing rooms. We've got the first phase of a stand, which is 250 feet of stand. It's only about £1 or £1.50 to get in, so the public can turn up and watch 5 or 6 hours athletics for about £1, £1.50.
And it's a one-day event, of course, this Saturday.
One-day event. It starts at 12:30, the first event, and it goes on to about 6 o'clock.
And the weather will have no real difference?
We've got the frame mast out at the Queensway at the moment. We're keeping fingers crossed for a fine day. Obviously, the better the weather, the better the athletes will run, and hopefully the better the crowd will be as well.
But the track itself is an all-weather track?
Track is all-weather. If it rains, we brush it off. No problem.
And we'll stay.
The number 10, college lecturer Ron Bell from Ricin in Clwyd has returned from America, where he set a new world indoor record for running the mile.
Ron Bell has been a keen athlete since he was a schoolboy, but ironically it was only when he reached the age of 40 2 years ago that his running career took off and he suddenly found the form that's made him a world champion 6 times over. His latest success came on Saturday when he ran a veterans race at New York's Madison Square Garden and beat off former Olympic stars Jim Ryan and Mike Boyd to set a new over 40s record for the mile of 4 minutes 17.8 seconds.
I think it's a dream. When I looked at the program, I thought my chances were very, very slim. But some of those guys, they are legends, but they haven't really competed so well for so long. So you've just got to have no respect for them and run your own race. It's okay being a world champion 20 years ago, but the races are today.
Ron returns to America later this year to defend another world record, living proof that for some at least, life really does begin at 40.
I was sitting at home with getting middle-aged spread, and my daughter joined Wrexham Athletic Club, and a couple of times I went through to take my daughter through, and decided to jog again. I remember running a mile and absolutely creased and just fell apart. I just purely started to jog from there, just developed from that.
It makes you sick, doesn't it? Well done there, Ron. Good effort there. Right, so